There once lived a boy who always sought out adventure. To him, climbing up tall mountains, running alongside roaring railway tracks, and racing his bicycle down empty country roads at night were all normal, everyday things. Yet despite this, there was a darkness hidden away in the corner of his heart. Deep inside, he was tired of living. One night, Ethan decided to push his bike to its limits. He raced through the streets, ran a red light, and suddenly found himself face to face with an oncoming truck. For a brief moment, it seemed like his life was about to end right then and there. However, at the very last second, the truck driver slammed on the brakes and made a sharp turn. Ethan escaped unharmed and couldn't help but look up at the dark sky above him. "Are you really not going to let me die?" he asked. A few days later, Ethan sat alone in his room. A sharp blade glinted in his hand, and he pressed it against his wrist, cutting it open. Blood trickled out, but just then his friend burst through the door. Seeing Ethan in that state, he immediately rushed him to the hospital. The doctors worked quickly, managing to save Ethan's life. One of them later told his friend, "If you hadn't brought him in when you did, he probably wouldn't have made it. Someone must have saved his life. Maybe his time just isn't up yet." Despite the shock this incident caused, Ethan still clung tightly to his adventurous life. He scaled icy mountains, jumped off cliffs, and swam across raging rivers. It seemed nothing could stop him. On one such trip, he met a girl whose name was Lily. She was a spirited adventurer, fearless and wild, just like him. They quickly became friends, sharing stories around the campfire about their daring exploits. Over time, their bond deepened and they fell in love. They got married and continued to travel the world together, seeking out new adventures and challenges. However, after a while, Lily started feeling uneasy about their lifestyle. She confided in Ethan one day, saying, "Ethan, you're too restless. You're always itching for the next big thing, the next risky stunt. But I can't keep up with you. I need some peace, a place to settle down, and you don't have that." Ethan felt a deep sadness at her words. He knew she was right, but he couldn't give up his adventurous life. For him, every mountain he climbed, every river he crossed was a way to feel alive. He loved Lily dearly and hated the thought of losing her. But he also couldn't imagine giving up his passion for exploring the world. In the end, it was Lily who left him. She went in search of a quieter life, a place where she could find the peace she so desperately craved. After she left, Ethan was devastated. His adventurous spirit seemed to dim a little. He continued to travel, but now he was just going through the motions. The joy of exploring the world had faded, and he felt lost without Lily. Months turned into years, and Ethan grew older. His hair turned gray and his skin wrinkled, yet his adventurous spirit refused to die. He was still drawn to the mountains, the rivers, and the open road, but now there was a new sense of longing in his heart, a yearning for the days when he and Lily would explore the world together. One day he heard about an event being held in the city where he and Lily had first met. He decided to attend, hoping to catch a glimpse of his former wife and perhaps rekindle their lost love. When he arrived at the event, he saw her standing by the window, talking to a man. Time had been kind to Lily. She was still beautiful, but there was a touch of sadness in her eyes that mirrored the emptiness in his own heart. Gathering his courage, Ethan approached her. "Lily?" he said softly, hoping she would turn around and recognize him. Lily turned and their eyes met. A surprised smile spread across her face. "Ethan, is that really you? What brings you here?" she asked. Ethan hesitated for a moment, unsure how to respond. Finally, he simply said, "I thought I'd come and see you." Lily nodded understandingly. "Well, it's been a long time. How have you been?" she asked. "I've been all right," Ethan replied. "Just traveling, seeing the world. You know, the same old, same old." Lily smiled sadly. "Yes, I remember those days well. The mountains, the rivers, the open road. We had a good time back then, didn't we?" she said, a hint of nostalgia in her voice. "The best times of my life," Ethan admitted. "I miss those days, Lily. I miss us." They stood there for a moment, lost in their memories, each contemplating the path their lives had taken. Finally, Lily broke the silence. "So, what brings you to the city these days?" she asked, trying to make conversation. "Oh, I was just passing through. I thought I'd, Say hello, Ethan replied, feeling a bit awkward. Well, that's nice of you. So, are you still traveling? She asked. Yeah, still can't seem to settle down, he admitted. Me neither, Lily said quietly. They stood there for a while longer, each trying to figure out how to end the conversation without causing any more pain. Finally, Ethan spoke up. Listen, Lily, I need to tell you something. He took a deep breath. I'm sorry for how things ended between us. I know I was reckless and selfish, but I never stopped loving you. In all the years since you left me, I've never found anyone else. It was always you, Lily. It's still you. Lily's eyes widened in surprise. You never stopped loving me? She whispered. No, Ethan said simply. I only have eyes for you, Lily. I've never loved anyone else the way I love you. Tears welled up in Lily's eyes and she quickly blinked them away. I didn't think you felt that way, she said. I thought you'd moved on long ago. Never, Ethan said, reaching out to touch her arm. Lily pulled away slightly, but then relaxed when she saw the sincerity in his eyes. I'm sorry it's taken me so long to realize how much I love you, Ethan, she whispered. I was scared. I thought I needed to protect myself, to shield myself from the pain. But I was wrong. I shouldn't have run away. I should have fought for us. As they stood there embracing, lost in their own little bubble, none of the other guests at the reception seemed to matter. The music, the laughter, and the chatter faded away into the background until it was just the two of them, reliving the love they had once shared and looking forward to the future they would create together. In the end, fate had brought them back together, and this time neither of them intended to let go. As the sun set over the city, casting long shadows on the ground, Ethan and Lily walked hand in hand towards the setting sun. They didn't know what the future held, but they were ready to face it together. Their love story might have started with adventure, but it was in the calmness of their reunion that they truly found peace.